Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sporticast Wrestling. This is episode 3 of the Squared Circle podcast, and it's probably the biggest one yet, and probably one of the biggest ones of the year because it's WrestleMania season, it's WrestleMania week, and this weekend will be another two-night WrestleMania, which is going to be amazing, very interesting, and to say the least. And we've got a lot to do this episode. We're going to go through um, our predictions for the matches on night one and night two, and we're going as we go through them, we're going to talk about the build for each match, how we're feeling about them, how the stories have been going. Because I mean, it's been amazing so far to just see how the stories have unfolded, especially in this new era of WWE wrestling. With me today, I have AF. AF, how's it going?
Yeah, all good, man. I'm super stoked, especially after Raw last night. I'm super amped for this WrestleMania. It's gonna be amazing. I know we said this line on the footy show, but one for the ages, surely,
Yeah,
surely,
yeah.
surely
Well,
has to.
actually, one for the ages this time.
Yeah,
But it's 40, and WrestleMania 40 is one of the biggest WrestleManias that they've ever put on. It's another two-nighter, and I mean they've pulled out all the big guns for this. It seems like it's going to be a massive show. They've built it up really nicely. Well, obviously, not all of the matches can be built up well. We only have so much time on TV to kind of build those matches and stories along. So obviously, not all of them are going to be built as perfectly as we want them to be built, but they seem to be doing really, really well so far. So it seems like it's going to be a really, really good weekend of wrestling. But yeah, thanks again for joining me today, AF. It's always lovely to talk about wrestling.
yep,
And we're going to go into, I guess we should just kick it off and go into night one. There are 7 matches on night one, 6 matches on night two so far that's been announced. And yeah, we'll start with night one. We're going to start with the Women's World Championship. And it's going to be Rhea Ripley against Becky Lynch, which has been very interesting from I don't know how long ago back they've been building this from.
yeah.
I'm gonna let you take us through this first. Who you got for this one and why,
It,
and how's the build been for you?
yeah. So for me, the build has it's felt personal. I don't know if you concur with that sentiment, but it just feels like there's a lot of like deep lying feelings with both of these performers about like how they feel about each other and stuff. We obviously don't know like what the true feelings are over there, but from what it's portrayed at the moment, it just feels extremely personal. I don't know if you caught the entire segment with the Ariel Helwani show yesterday, where Rhea Ripley was being interviewed by him, and out of nowhere, Becky Lynch just came and she just like gate crashed the entire interview, and it looked like quite hectic. Like, I mean, it didn't seem like it was an act. It felt like Becky just like absolutely loathes Rhea at the moment. And as a wrestling fan, as a viewer, you want to see that sort of passion in these segments, and I think both of them are carrying this feud extremely well. Um, I still think that Becky's going to end up coming away with the win after Mania. Uh, but yeah, I'm super stoked for this one. If Mania is this the opening match that they're going to be starting with?
They don't really say exactly where what's going to open. They just kind of they
Yeah,
know, I guess, what's going to close. But
yeah,
it is kind of first. It's if we are to believe certain websites, so
yeah,
it might be first. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And if it's first, I think you might be right on that one.
yeah. It's like, I mean, to start this event off, this PLE off with this match. I mean, that just sets a precedent for what's to come in this event. And like we said, it's the biggest one of the year. It's arguably going to be one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. And I mean, just like starting the match off like that, it just sets an amazing precedent for the rest.
Yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree. So you're going with Becky then? Are you going with Becky for sure?
Yeah, I'm going with Becky. Yeah. What about you? How have you been feeling about this entire feud?
I like the feud in general. I have been liking the feud. I think it's the right one for this, the right feud for this championship. I think that it's been previously, I guess, building up to these last couple of weeks, it's been a bit underwhelming for me. Like, because I guess they've given them a bit of time, but I think they could have done a little bit more. It's very difficult, I guess, to build up a feud out of nothing type thing. So they've tried for, what I've liked about it is that they've tried for a long time to sow seeds that there's going to be a feud, there's going to be a feud. And like you say, I think the performance of both superstars have been great. The way that they've showed the emotions, the way that they've kind of put the personality into this, they've made it personal. I think that's what you have to do. You have to blur those lines between reality and fiction. And I think they've been doing it really well. They're two top performers, and I've really been turned around basically. And I think this is going to be a fantastic blow off to their feud. It might not even be a blow off, actually. It might go further than this. Um, like we always think WrestleMania is kind of a end to a feud. It should be an end to a feud where everything starts afterwards again differently. But you never know with this one because, like I said, there was even an angle yesterday, which I didn't actually get to see. I'll actually go watch it after this. But I think Becky's the top babyface, and Rhea is a de facto heel where everybody actually cheers her. We love her as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cheer. We cheer both women. It's going to be an amazing kickoff. I, on the other hand, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of title changes on the show, I kind of want to go the opposite way. I think that Rhea beating Becky does more for Rhea than what Becky beating Rhea does for Becky. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like
No, no,
moving
no.
forward.
I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking for storylines because I feel like the Judgment Day is not going to last much longer. I feel like they are slowly planting the seeds for the destruction of that faction, and I feel like Rhea losing the title will cause some doubt into her, like how good is she to still be a part of Judgment Day, and I feel like that's going to happen with the tag team championships as well. We're already seeing Dominic um, aligning himself with Santos um, and his stable. So I don't know. I think that they slowly like planting those seeds for the destruction of Judgment Day, and I think Rhea losing the title plays into that. That's just my opinion. Not
Yeah.
that I think it's going to happen.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I think the Judgment Day breakup is definitely coming as well. But I think it's going to go the other way. I think that the tag teams, the tag team will lose their championship. I think Priest is somehow going to have to lose that Money in the Bank briefcase she still has somehow. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that.
That's about 2 months to use it. So
Yeah,
two
it has
months
to
to
be
use it.
sometime soon. But I think that Rhea is still going to have the championship, which kind of makes her bigger than the group type thing. And I think that's
Yeah,
because we need to make her still. We need to still make her look strong at the end of the day
yeah,
because she's one of the biggest women's wrestlers. So I think that that's kind of going to play into it, and she will kind of leave them because of how they kind of are losing faith in themselves or losing the titles and things like that. But it's going to be very interesting to see. So I think that she will. I think, and the other thing that you brought up, which is I fully agree with as well, is where's it going to be on the card? Because if it opens,
yeah,
I feel like Becky was going to win as well because you're gonna start off the show. You're going to start off the weekend with a great babyface victory. Um, Becky's going to win, and we're going to carry on for the rest of the show with a good feeling. So that kind of does throw me off slightly, but I'm still. I think I'm going to go with Rhea on this one.
that's way.
But we know either way. I think it's going to be an amazing match. That we can guarantee.
Yeah,
Moving on swiftly to The next match, let's go for another title match. Let's go for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's go with Gunther against Sami Zayn, which we kind of thought was going to happen way back in the day,
Yeah.
Rumble season already. Where you got and why, and how's the build been for you so far?
So for me, the build has actually just picked up over the last like 2 to 3 weeks or so. There hasn't really been much of a build. I mean, Sammy's won the gauntlet, which was like kudos to him. That was an insane fight for him to pull off. Um, and first, there was some tension between him and Chad Gable because Gable, like, he felt like this was his match. He should have seen this through. But now it seems like Gable's been a sort of a coach or a mentor to Sammy, um, which I feel like that's just a bit forced to try and get Gable into the storyline. I'm not really a fan of that. They should be doing something better with Chad Gable because he's a much better athlete, a much better performer, and his skill set is just more holistic for him to just be a side character or a coach in that sense. But yeah, they're making Gunther look strong every single week. They're making Sammy look weak. Uh, Bronson Reed getting the victory the last week, and then even last night on Raw, I don't like Sammy looked good, but they didn't give him the win. There was still another interruption. Like Gunther still came in, he attacked Chad Gable, and I mean this guy that's been neck and neck with Sammy over the past few weeks. Suddenly, Sammy's caring for him because he's his mentor now. Yeah, like it feels a bit forced, and I'm not really a fan of how they've done things. I still want Sammy to win the title though, because I think Gunther is going to start his run for one of the two championships, and I think it's going to culminate probably at WrestleMania next year, where he wins his first world title. Um, but I think that starts after him losing the title, the Intercontinental title at Mania, and then his road to becoming a champion, a world champion, starts now. But yeah, I'm hoping for Sammy, but you never know. They might keep the title on Gunther until maybe SummerSlam, and then he starts his road over there. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I fully agree with what you said. Firstly, with the whole Chad Gable situation, he is a fantastic performer, Chad Gable. I mean,
Yeah.
as you say, he used the perfect word. He's holistic. He can do everything. He's so good. Whatever they give him, they've been giving him crap throughout the years.
Yeah.
Under Vince, that they gave him crap gimmicks. They sent him out there, looked like a chum, and he made it work every time. He's made it work, and that's not even
Yep.
to mention his in-ring skills as well, because his in-ring skills is unbelievable too. So I just think that there's something behind this, that there wouldn't be a reason to put, because Sami Zayn is the babyface Imperial very well. He does it well, that well all by himself. He doesn't need anything
Yep.
else to go with him. So I feel like they've done this for a reason, and but I agree with you. I don't really like it, but it must be for a reason. Surely this new era of wrestling or WWE, they don't do things without a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it eventually will kind of make sense, because at the moment you're right, it doesn't really feel like it feels forced, exactly like you said it. Um, it's going to be a good match again. Once again, a good wrestling match. The build has been okay. Um, I just think that a lot of these things have suffered with time. A lot of
Yeah.
these builds have suffered with a lack of time, but they've been doing really, like, compared to other times where you have like three matches on the Mania card, which has been built really well. This time around, at least we've built 6, 7 matches really,
Yeah.
really well, with other matches being built but not as well. At least still being built and not like just thrown on the card. So um, I actually think that Gunther might kind of go for Cody's title a bit earlier, maybe SummerSlam, if he loses now this weekend at Mania. Um, and I think that he's definitely going to go for Cody's title as well. I think the Rumble last year kind of made sure that those two are now going to be like the next, I guess, Lesnar and Reigns, the next Rollins and Punk, I guess. And so it could start here. It could very well start here with Sami Zayn winning the title. So I'm with you on this one. I think that Sami will win, and Gunther will go on up the card. There's no way down for him. He's only going up the card to the world title scene. They're going to build him up a bit more, and then he will be there to challenge for the title sometime soon. So, I think Sami Zayn will win it, and maybe I think Gable will turn on him at Raw after Mania or something, and the two of them will go into a feud. But there was a time previously before Sami did all his amazing work that I thought Gable might Gable should be the one to dethrone Gunther.
Yeah.
Because he was doing all that good work. Like last year, I think it was, he fought Gunther for the title. He did really well. But yeah, I think Sami will win this one, and Gunther will go on up the card, and Sami will continue having amazing matches for the IC title, the Workman's title.
Do you think, because this just popped into my head right now, so Peace can cash in on any title. Do you think that they'll basically demote him in a way? And I say that word very loosely and with no disrespect, but to either the US Championship or the Intercontinental, because I can't see him cashing in on the Universal at all. Like that's the bottom line. I can't see him do that. And I feel like with the World Championship I feel like Drew's been waiting for this moment for so long. And from what I can understand or what I've read, he has a very good relationship with Triple H as well. So I can't see Drew winning the title and then losing it within like a minute after pinning Seth. I don't think Triple H would do that, but I could be wrong. But do you think that they would make Peace cash in on one of the smaller titles? And I'm just bringing up the Intercontinental because Gunther has elevated that title to heights never seen before. He's made that title so relevant. It's basically like a third world title. But that's the only reason why I think maybe Peace could cash in on that.
But then you have to think, like, what is better for him? Is it better to try and cash in on the Intercontinental title, which I agree with you, it's been elevated, no doubt, but it's not one of the world titles still.
Yeah.
So is it better to cash in on the Intercontinental title and win that, or fail a cash in on the world title? I guess it's still better to cash in and win an Intercontinental Championship. But I think that the only way that the cash in has to be is going to be able to be done is in 2 months from now, just before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, at the pay-per-view before. Drew will be fighting someone, and at the end of the match, he's laid out or something, and Peace will have to come in and win it like that, and then lose it maybe a couple of weeks later again, or at Money in the Bank itself. I think that's the only way. They've kind of put themselves into a corner with that regard. But it's okay. We have to. That wasn't really the new era of the Money in the Bank. This year is going to be, so we'll have to make that excuse when it comes. Be okay with whatever they decide to do with it, because they're in a tough position now. Because they've built so many good, strong people that now it's difficult to cash in on anyone. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a good no. If I wouldn't be mad at it, honestly, I wouldn't be mad, because it leaves the world title scene strong and kind of going in the right direction. Not that Peace wouldn't be the right direction, but it just keeps it stable. So I still wouldn't want him to cash in at Mania if he cashes in for the Intercontinental title, but I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. And I would prefer the Intercontinental over the US as well. I think that's definitely a better option. But since you brought up Damian Priest so nicely, let's move on to the six-pack tag team challenge next. This is a very interesting decision for me, for them to put this match together for the tag team titles. But it is the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest versus DIY. I'm actually so stoked that DIY is actually becoming a thing. The Awesome Truth, the New Day as well, Eight Down Under, terrible name, and New Catch Republic with the Peter and Tyler Bate. Eight Down Under is obviously Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Who think's going to win and why? And how's the ball been for you with that so far?
So for me, the build of this has been, I feel like it's just been all over the place. Like I haven't really been able to follow it properly because the matches are spread out so much, and then there's different people involved, and then the New Day and DIY are teaming up, and then Awesome Truth is on commentary, and it's just there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that you have to be following, else you're going to be a bit lost.
Yeah,
Um, but the my verdict is that Awesome Truth will be winning the titles. Judgment Day will end up losing the tag team titles. You never know. Maybe they might even use this as an opportunity to split the titles back up again,
yeah,
to have the Raw titles and SmackDown titles separately. Um, so I think that will be cool. I'm like you. I'm happy about DIY. I think like Gargano and Ciampa are amazing together. And yeah, the chemistry in the ring is just it's so good, man.
amazing.
Like I love it, and they work so well with anybody that they
Yeah,
paired with, and they make others look so good. Uh, Last night they even made Priest look so strong at the end. Um, that last like 30 seconds where he was just like cleaning house, and Champa just like sold every move. I mean, you can see they are proper company men, doing whatever needs to be done to put others over. Uh, but yeah, but, Eight Town Down Under, like we saw what happened at Elimination Chamber, where Grayson just like sat back and let Austin like take the beat down, and I still feel like they sowed the seeds over there for what is going to come, and I think it's going to be that one of them they're going to turn on each other. I don't know who's going to be face and who's going to be heel.
yeah,
I would be keen to see a babyface Austin Theory because I feel like that could work. They tried him as a heel, and I he has all the potential and he has all the talent to do it. But I feel like as a babyface he'll be over much more than he was ever as a heel. Um, so I think that's going to happen, and that might end up culminating at SummerSlam. I feel like something's going to happen in this match that's finally going to push Theory over the edge because like Grayson keeps on just like watching him getting his ass handed to him. So yeah, like I think there are many storylines that they can take out of this six pack
yeah.
um, tag team match and just like branch off and create like feuds for everybody. So I think from a storyline point of view, that's like a really good silver lining to this match. But yeah, at the end of it all, I'm here for the Awesome Truth, bro. Like we know it's going to happen, and we know that our truth deserves this. The Miz deserves this. Like I was speaking about Company Man earlier, and the Miz is like a proper company man to me. He's never said no to anything. The dude will take L after L after L because the company needs it. And I feel like on the biggest stage of it all, like he deserves it. And our truth for all that he's done for the company as well, all the L's that he's taken over the years. I think this is the rewards that both of them like thoroughly deserve.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that they are definitely splitting the titles. I could be wrong, but I definitely think that they're splitting the titles because the stipulation there is the match ends after both titles have been retrieved. That's the match
Yeah,
stipulation. So I feel like somebody's going to retrieve one title, somebody's going to retrieve another title, and they're going to be splitting the title somehow, some way. I think one of
yeah,
them will definitely be the Awesome Truth. I fully agree with that. I kind of hope the other one is kind of DIY because, like you said, I think they
yeah,
are amazing and like together. Like their ring IQ is unbelievable. They make everyone look good. They make themselves look good. they make wrestling look easy. They're so fluent in the ring. I mean, their NXT run was like nothing short of amazing. Even the breakup, even the way
Yeah.
that the Ciampa turned on Gargano, everything about the DIY in NXT was absolutely amazing. So um, maybe I'm hoping for DIY maybe to take the other belts. Maybe Judgment Day will get the other belts. That could still be, I guess. Um, but yeah, I think Awesome Truth will definitely take one. And like you said, a lot of ways to go out of here. A-Town Down Under will split off definitely. I think that will happening very soon. Judgment is also going to be splitting, not maybe as soon, but they'll also be splitting at some point. I also really like Newcastle Republic. I think that they also in ring they're pretty good. I
Yeah.
really like Tyler Bate.
Technical.
Yeah, very technical. Out and out British wrestlers they are.
Yeah.
So a feud maybe between them and DIY will be probably amazing to watch. Um, but yeah, I think that it's going to be a good match and lots of ladder spots, which is what we want. There's not going to be
Mm.
any other kind of insane spots throughout the weekend, which we don't need, so it's okay. But to have one match thrown in there with kind of insanity is going to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Some ladder spots, some table spots, all of those types of things. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. Moving on to the next match, I think it's the blood feud. It's the brothers, the Jey Uso against Jimmy Uso, which we kind of knew was coming. Um, it's a difficult one, this one for me. The build has been okay. It hasn't needed much, so they kind of let it be on the back burner because it's a blood feud. They haven't really like bolted up as much as they could have, but yeah, I think they didn't need as much, I guess, as some of the other ones because it's a family feud type thing. I think they've built up Jay so much. Maybe it's for Jimmy to kind of beat him because Jimmy does look extremely inferior to Jay at this moment. Like he doesn't look anywhere near to be a single star. If I'm being honest, like
Yeah.
he doesn't look like he's able to. Like Jay, you can see winning the Intercontinental title. You can see him even winning a world title maybe at some point. But if
Yeah.
Jimmy's going to be in a singles feud for even the US title, you don't think he's going to win it. Um, so I'm kind of want to go with. I'm gonna go with. Oh, it's so difficult. I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna go with Jay. I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna go with Jay because he's the baby face, and I'm a sucker for the baby face. But I think they should let Jimmy win this one because it'll do more for him than Jay winning, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Where you got and why, and how's the ball been for you?
So I don't know if you catch that Roman Reigns documentary. Uh,
I'm actively avoiding it.
are you avoiding it?
I'm
Okay.
actively avoiding it.
Um, is that because like of WrestleMania coming up, or you just don't want to watch it at all?
I'll eventually watch it. I just don't want any sympathy for him because I don't like him. So, like, I want to be
Yeah.
adamant that I don't like him, and I want that till after WrestleMania. Like, I want to suspend my disbelief long enough so that I
Yeah.
can really enjoy this Cody thing for as much as I can.
So
But yeah, what happened? Tell me.
yeah. So I still dislike him, but um, you have to admire the the work that he's put in for Jay and Jimmy. So
Yeah,
I'm literally coming back to our preview of this match, and um, he said that one of his aims for creating the bloodline, for creating this entire storyline, was to distinguish and differentiate the Uso twins, because people always looked at the Usos and they looked at one entity. It was never ever, okay, Jay can do this and Jimmy can do that. It was always just the Usos are going for the tag team titles. What are the Usos going to do together? And that was one of his main objectives, is just to split them up so that they can be individual superstars. And he literally did that with Jay. He basically made him the right hand man. He made him main event Jay Uso. So much so that he split from the bloodline and he went to a different brand, and he's carrying himself like so well. He can do everything. You don't even need to like pay him with somebody. You don't have to make him a tag team partner anymore. You can go on his singles run, and that's plan perfectly executed from Roman Reigns. Obviously, the writers, like, you have to applaud them as well, because they're the ones that came up with all of this. But a lot of his own ideas like seeped through, and made its way into it. Um, but yeah, uh, I'm happy that this match is happening. They've wanted this since they
Yeah.
were kids, and I think Jay comes away with it. But you made a really good point that Jimmy could they could be giving this match to Jimmy just to launch himself off as well, to so you can be on the similar level to Jay. But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great match, and there probably will be some solo interfered in some way, but I feel like Jay will have a plan B of his own, like which has been shown over the past couple of weeks. Whatever's happening with the Bloodline and Cody and Seth and Jay, there's always a plan B that both of them have,
Yeah.
because they're always thinking one step ahead.
Yeah, it's been like you say. I mean, they've done exactly that in the past year. They've differentiated them so well, and yeah, they were right at the end of the day. The Usos were always together. It was difficult to kind of get them on their own. It wasn't possible. They kind of needed something to, I don't know, differentiate themselves from each other, and they did that perfectly with the storyline. I mean, it's been great. It's been really, if nothing else, like the fact that Roman Reigns has had the title for 20 billion days. If nothing else good comes from this, at least we got main event Jey Uso, because it was an amazing storyline that came out of it. Um, so yeah, I think that yeah, Jay will take that, and maybe Jimmy will take it. We'll see how it goes. Let's move on to the next one. We're only on we're still on night one here, so let's move on to the next one. A new match that they kind of made, a 6-woman tag team match. It's Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. This not made much bold, but who you got in wire for this one?
Yeah, there's only one winner over here. I mean, they're not going to give Jade Cargill her first WrestleMania match and make her lose. And I mean, she came back so strong, like extremely strong, on Friday night in her first sort of in-ring performance when she came for
Yeah,
the save. Um, so yeah, it goes without saying, there's only one winner. It's not Damage
yeah.
Control, and yeah, I think this is going to be the first step to an insane WWE career from Jade Cargill.
Yeah, fully agree. I'm super excited for Jade, and I mean, they have the Undertaker, the female version of the Undertaker on their side. They have Bianca Belair, whose streak is going to grow. I think they also didn't want to kind of make them use or lose, sorry, the tag titles as well. I think they wanted a way to keep the tag titles on Damage Control with while still having them lose type thing. And it's either way, it's going to be a great match. I think Naomi coming back as well, being involved. The three of them together at WrestleMania in a team is going to be really cool to see, and it protects Jade as well, I think, by
Yeah.
not having her in a singles match. So that's going to be really cool. But definitely, there's only one winner here, and it's going to be the three of them. Damage Control is going to take L's all night long, I feel like. But anyways,
Yep.
we have two matches left, and it's another match which I kind of had kind of suffered from a little build or little time that they've had. It's the Latino World Order. I can't believe it, some of these names that these guys has. But Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee against Santos Espo and Dirty Dom. Mysterio. Interesting that they've gone with Dom back in the storyline with his father. How has it been for you? How have you seen the storyline go? How do you feel about the match itself, and who is going to win, really?
I feel a bit underwhelmed with this match. I understand they're trying to get Dragon Lee over now, and they basically using Rey Mysterio to do that, and just bringing back this feud with Rey and Santos, um, bringing Dom back in. Like I said, I think Dominic is going to end up leaving Judgment Day. Something's going to happen within the next couple of months because just like putting him in this match, like raises a few eyebrows. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely think that Carlito is going to play some role in Ray losing this match, or
Okay.
Ray and Dragon Lee losing this match. Um, I think Carlito's contract is up very soon, so I feel like he's just going to come on in, cost Ray the match, and he's going to be like, "Peace out, it's leaving WWE again." Um, but yeah, like when Ray, I don't know if you noticed on Friday night, when Ray announced that Dragon Lee is going to be his partner, um, Carlito was the only one not smiling. He looked a bit pissed off. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to come on in and he's going to basically do Dom and Santos a favor, and then he's just going to leave WWE after that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. You could see clearly that there was something awry there on that in that segment. He thought it was going to be him, maybe that was gonna that they was going to team with. And it's like I said, it suffered from some time, I guess, and I guess heat as well because they've kind of they should have blown this off earlier. Santos and Rey, like the two groups, like Aro del Fantasma and the Latino World Order, they should have blown this off quite a while ago. I guess Rey was injured, so they couldn't really do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think it's just been maybe dragged along a bit too much. And if this is a blow off, then it's kind of subpar, but it has to be done anyway. So it kind of just ends like just to make a stop to everything. I am surprised though that kind of they bringing Dom in and they're not having like a Ray versus Santos and then a Legado versus like I don't know Dragon Lee and Colito maybe something like that.
yeah,
Um, which I think would have been a bit better for the feud. But I fully agree. I think that the heels are going to win this one somehow by nefarious means. I don't think Ray ever wants to beat his son on at WrestleMania, so we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, I think this will be the one before the main event because it will be the toilet break match.
yeah,
It always feels bad to say it, but it's going to be the toilet break match, and it will go on before the main event, which is probably going to be the Bloodline, The Rock and Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, um, which is crazy to think about because this has only had like what January, February, March, April, 3 and a bit months built. We never knew this was going to
yeah,
happen at all. It came out of kind of nowhere, but they've given all the time to this. Obviously, they've given all the time to the main event, and I mean, it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy to see what has unfolded for this kind of storyline so far. And I mean, yeah, just give me your thoughts on it. How's it been? Have you been enjoying it? And who do you think is going to win this one? Is it easy to predict? Also, I want to know that one. That question is easy to predict. Like, how's it been for you so far?
yeah. So I mean, this has been box office, man. It's been it's been proper cinema from start to finish. The heel Rock persona is crazy. That's like top tier. Like
Yeah,
you can't expect anything more from him. I mean, he's um, a superstar of note. I mean, he's done it all, and he comes back. You can see how much he loves this business. He's now a
yeah,
TKO board member. He has so much say and so much pull about what happens in the storyline from a creative process. And you can see that with the amount of times he's cussing during the segments.
yeah,
He's just having so much fun. And even though Cody's getting like bloodied and beaten every week, he's enjoying the hell out of himself as well. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this is like a once in a lifetime moment, like going up against The Rock, somebody that he's idolized growing up. Just like sharing segment after segment with him for the past like 2.5, 3 months now. Um, which is crazy. And I just think that like the fans, the numbers that is being shown on YouTube and all these places, everybody watching these segments over and over, it's a testament to what WWE has achieved with the storyline. And I still feel like it was um, a fallback for what happened at Royal Rumble. I still feel that they had to do some damage control over there, but the the work that they did to like make sure that they salvage this entire thing has been phenomenal. It's been fantastic, and yeah, I think Bloodline wins this one because they need to stack the odds against Cody as much as possible, so that when he wins on night two, it's going to be like that whole Daniel Bryan story, where he just like overcame all the odds, and he like stood tall at the end of WrestleMania with that title. And I feel like the same is going to happen with Cody. Um, I do think that there is going to be some special appearances in this match. Um,
In this match.
the Sorry,
In this match.
yeah, in this match, I think
Okay.
it's going to happen in this match.
Okay.
And yeah, like the placement of Stone Cold and John Cena in the beatdown of Cody last week, that was no coincidence. 100%. Like they pan to that truck and they just let the camera stay and just concentrate and focus on that picture for about 5 seconds before they took it away. That is no coincidence. One of the two of them, or maybe both of them, are showing up either on night one or night two. Um, I would hope for nostalgic purposes it's going to be Stone Cold. Imagine the pop in that arena where all the odds is against Cody. If this is night two, all the odds are against Cody, and the glass shatters. Holy shit, dude! Like that is going to be arguably top three WrestleMania moments
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah. Fully agree.
Um, but yeah, I think Bloodline wins night one, and it's going to be Bloodline rules night two.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. I think that's exactly what's happening. It doesn't take away though, which is awesome. So it doesn't. So even though you can predict kind of what the first, well, most of, if not both of these main events, like what's going to happen type thing, it doesn't take away from the story. It's still amazing, because they put so much time and care into it. Everything is done for a reason. Um, they've built up to it so well. I mean, like you said, I'm sure he's getting beaten up every week, but I mean, he's probably enjoying the shit out of it. I mean, to be in segments with The Rock week in, week out is probably a dream come true for him. I mean, he was The Rock is a legend in the business, surely.
Yeah,
And it's been great to see him having so much fun as well. Coming back, I wanted him back for like years and years, because he was like when I was growing up, he was the man, right? He was the best on screen. Um, he could talk, he could wrestle, he could do everything, and he kind of went on and did really well for himself as well. So for him to come back and kind of take so much care and love the business so much that he's done so well in this environment, um, is really cool to see. So I've been loving the build to this. I should be, because they've taken so much time. Shame poor other people in the past couple of months. Um, but yeah, it's been great. This has been a fallback for sure, because that main event between The Rock and Roman Reigns was not going to be had. It was not going to be had at all. But yeah, it's going to be absolute cinema, to put it perfectly. I don't think that the run-ins will take place on this night. I think it will all be in the next night, on the night two. So I think that this will maybe like there'll be a solo interference here or there, or like some problem that's going to happen that's going to protect, I don't know, Rock or something. But yeah, the heels are definitely winning. Rock and Roman Reigns are definitely winning here, without a doubt. It's going to be Bloodline rules, like you said, the second night. And unfortunately for Seth, I mean, taking 2 L's in one weekend, that's going to be hectic for him. But he's been great as well. We really shouldn't like underestimate Seth in the storyline. Like he's even last night, like when on Raw when he announced that he wants to face The Rock, the
Yeah.
pop that was heard was unbelievable. Like it was so loud. I was so very surprised. Like when he said he wants to take on The Rock, the pop was amazing. So um, yeah, I think I love Seth. I think he's gone not unnoticed, but he's kind of playing second fiddle to three other people in the storyline. In fact, four others if you include Drew.
Yeah.
So it's another company man at the end of the day. Like he hasn't been doing it for maybe as long as the Miz, but it's going to be another company man at the end of the day when push comes to shove at the end of it all. But yeah, so that's night one. I'm just going to recap quickly. My people, if you can get your people also ready to recap for just who we think is going to win. So I've gone with Rhea, Sammy, Awesome Truth, and DIY. Um, Jay, Bianca's team, um, the heels, Dirty Dom and Santos Escobar, and then the heels again. A lot of heel week victories actually.
Yeah.
Bloodline rules. What about you? We'll just do a recap quick fast for night one.
Yeah. So I've gone Becky for the Women's World Championship, Sammy for the Intercontinental, um, Awesome Truth, and I think the New Day will get
Okay,
a
that's a good
title.
show.
Will get a title back. And then Jay Uso, Bianca, Jade, Naomi win the six women tag match. Um, Santos, Escobar, and Dom Mysterio win their tag match, and then Bloodline victorious to
Okay.
set up a Bloodline rules on night two.
So we currently have one difference, which is the women's
Yeah,
world title. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change my brother feud just so we can have a bit more difference.
yeah,
I'm gonna change my brother feud to a Jimmy and go with Jay. I'll be the bad guy in this one. I'll just go for the I'll go for the heels. And yeah, that's so we have two different, and that's not one. So because this has gone so long, we're gonna split this up into two kind of six sections. We're gonna do this one. This will be episode 3 for night one, and I think we'll do episode 3.2 or something like that for night two. This is WrestleMania. At the end of the day, it's big. It's the biggest thing of the year. So I guess we have to do it in two separate podcasts as well. So that's been all for the first night one, our predictions, and just chatting on the storylines, what we think, how we feel about the storylines in general, how they've been built, and things like that. But yeah, thanks AF for joining me. Appreciate you. Where can people find
anytime.
you? Let's just wrap it up for this part of the show.
Yeah, so at AF Parker 642 on all social media platforms. I'm going to be tweeting a lot over the next few days with regards to wrestling and WrestleMania. So yeah, if you are keen and interested to have some conversation, I am available.
Cool. You can hit us up at Sportycast as well. We chat all types of sport. We chat wrestling, we chat football, we chat baseball, we chat all types of things. On Twitter at Sportycast, and you can catch me on Twitter as well at @Parker_Riyaz. I don't chat as much, but if you want to talk, I'll banter with you slightly.
I think you should start tweeting over the next few days. Like trust me, like you'll be surprised at how many people are going to respond to you if you tweet about WrestleMania.
That's fair. I might do so. So get in touch. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.